I've had my own fair share of toxic and I just had to take a break. Most toxic ever relationship you can ever think of. I told myself, is it not dating? I'll date male friends than female friends. Very parasitic, that's just the word. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl Udak in the building. You to the D to the U, AK. Oh my god, I know guys, it's been a minute that I've sat down to do this video. I haven't actually done it, and by the way, I had to go back to my YouTube channel to watch my videos and see where I could improve, and I ended up deleting everything. However, it's not entirely deleted because I think I admire the humble beginnings. I'm not supposed to feel ashamed of where I'm coming from, but I feel like it's not exactly giving me what I thought I was, you know, what I wanted to share to the world. So I had to sit back and ask myself, what can I do better? How can I felt the need to start afresh. So this is me coming back to reintroduce myself. From the title of the video, I'm pretty sure you already know what this video is going to be about. So I'm going to start afresh to get you guys to know me more better and update you guys on what I've been up to. I've actually been very inconsistent on YouTube due to academic reasons, because for some of you who don't know, I'm actually a pharmacy student at the University of Benin. This is actually my final year, so of course shuffling school with content creation, everybody knows that is very time consuming and very demanding. So I wasn't able to shuffle the two together, so I had to make priorities, and obviously that was cool. I knew YouTube is something that I will always do. I mean, I'm going to make it big, guys. It's my passion, but priorities first. I just felt like, oh, if I'm going to wait till when I'm rounding up, which is going to be like the middle, or let's just say ending of the year, before I drop a video, that's going to take a lot of time. So I had to create time from my busy schedule to start afresh, do something better, and you know, carry you guys along with me, because I have a couple of subscribers and I'm very grateful to you guys. You are the reason why I set up this, you know, camera to do a video. If this is your first time seeing this face, please, I really appreciate it if you subscribe. Support me by subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and commenting on anything you would want me to talk about in future, or any of your concerns. If you resonate with the video, you drop your 2 cents. I'll really appreciate that. Please do not forget to subscribe, and thank you as you do so. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So with me, I have this jotter that I wrote. This is my content book that I wrote a couple of things that I would love to talk about, and I didn't exactly put it all together because I know that I don't want to come off like well organized and put together. I just wanted to bear it all to you guys and be very, as in totally unfiltered as I can. Where do I even start from? School. So like I said earlier, I am a pharmacy student. I'm studying pharmacy. Like I've said it 1,000,000 times, so let me rephrase that. I'm studying pharmacy in the University of Benin, Nigeria, Edo State, Nigeria, and this is my final year, which I am very grateful to God. It has actually not been an easy journey, but here we are, and I'm very grateful. I don't even want to go into details of the gbas that I've experienced in school, but I guess that's the essence of education, to really teach you, for you to learn. Learning is not an easy process. So I got admission 2015 to the University of Benin, and I was so excited. I was like, oh, a new journey for me. And I failed. I wasn't really, I'm just going straight into the video, like I'm not even wasting time, but that's the essence here. I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible. So my 100 level, my first year in school was quite rocky, getting used to the school system, and I was lucky enough to make good friends that helped me academically. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't by myself, because you know where I'm coming from, where I came from, like from my secondary school background, I didn't really have it in me, the reading habit or culture or whatever it is. So when I came to the university, it was like a hit for me. It was different, so it was really much hectic for me at first, and I remember struggling. But I told myself, because that's one thing I pride myself in, I'm a very, very hardworking person. Once I'm determined to do something, I go ahead to do it. So I was lucky enough, because that was not by my choice, to make the right friends. I think it was my roommate at the time. They were in medicine, I think dentistry or so. So they were these very bookworm students. So I told myself, okay, look, listen, I guess I'm still very much with the whole, oh, I'm just getting to school, I'm a big girl, let me explore, first time having the freedom, let me sit my ass down and read, let me follow these people. And that really paid off. First semester, at least I passed all my courses without a carryover. So I don't know if that's what made me feel like, oh, okay, is that easy? And mind you, in 100 level, I don't know for other schools, I think so, in all schools in Nigeria, in 100 level is just going to be advanced basic sciences that we did in your SS3, your senior secondary school. So it's going to be like the advanced level, but still, you know, basic sciences. So that was me thinking, okay, there, if it's that easy, so what's there ahead? So I can read my books, I can pass, so it's not that deep. So I relax. I remember I really much relaxed. Now in my second year, where I had issues in school, so first of all, these people that were like a source of motivation to me, that helped me to be more focused in school, were no longer my roommates. So I had gone to a new room, so I wasn't really close to my new roommate, and somehow I was relaxed, thinking that I've gotten a hold of it, and I was no longer as focused as I needed to be. That was one factor. Number two factor, now we are going into the real pharmacy program. This is when we are actually starting the real pharmacy courses. And I don't know if that was not supposed to be a wake-up call for me, but I was still chilled. Looking back now, I can really tell where I went down, and that was me losing focus and voice. So this is me thinking I'm not a big girl, I'm not all grown. I mean, I've passed my 100 level and it wasn't that hard, so okay, I cannot do what big girls do, like having a relationship, doing boyfriend and girlfriend. And that is where life pretty much taught me the lesson. And the set of people that I even chose to call my friends at the time did not even help the situation, they even worsen it. Like, needless to say that I was slapped, I was dealt with, and life taught me the lesson that I learned properly. In fact, I was forced to learn it. That is when I had my first probation in the University of Benin. So ideally, I'm supposed to have graduated, so that is where I got it all wrong. That was the toughest year of my life. It was secondary school, you can easily just change school, your parents will just take you somewhere else and like, hey. But I knew that I had to repeat and face the reality of life, sit my ass down and read my books. Listen, there is nothing I did not try. In fact, I think I should even do a video with my mom. See, I pressurized my parents to a fault. I was not telling him, okay mommy, this is time, I'm going to a private school. She made my start into a private school now, I'm going there, I don't want to do it again. I want to if you're not going to take me to private school and you still want me to study medicine, okay, I want to leave the country. What did I not do? At some point, because my mom is my loving mom, I love you so much, mom, when you get to watch this video, she's someone that struggles to say no to us. So she knows that it's not possible, it's not something that she can actually do, but she's not going to outrightly tell you no. She'll tell you, okay, let me think about it, let's check out the possibilities. Ah god, I put down my true hell. Because yeah, I was pretty young then. I think I was about 18 or 19, and I didn't really understand that that's not how life works. Repeating a class is not like so much of a big deal looking back now, but at the time it was like this major Kilimanjaro mountain for me, Mount Everest. Like it was, god. I dealt with depression. I was depressed. I had massive anxiety, and my life was going this way. And all the people that I called friends, the relationship did not even work, and then this is me repeating a class. So it was, needless to say, the most difficult year of my entire life. That particular year taught me a lesson. Hey, the gbasgbos that I collected in the relationship and the gbasgbos that I had to deal with repeating a class was humiliating. But this is me. This is me. In fact, I don't even want to start bragging. Easy, we'll get there. But yeah, that's what happened to me, and I had to learn my lessons the hard way. It wasn't really, so I didn't even want to be in University of Benin again. I was like, I didn't go. I want to leave. I can't stand it. Hey. So my dad said no, that's the only option. So I had no choice to sit back and do what I needed to do. I came back 300 level. I wrote all my courses, and I was able to understand the need of forming a group to read. I mean, long story short, I found my spice. I found the secret to what I could do better, and I started improving. I understood myself, and this is it. And we are very grateful to God, because it's God first of all that I'm in my final year without any problem whatsoever. It's by the special grace of God. I think the hard part is
just what you do.
The adjustment, the discipline. The hard part is understanding that you're not going to go clubbing, you're not going to live the life. You're going to see your mates do things, fly, and keep expanding, and you have to be in your room reading one line like 3 times. So I think the discipline part of pharmacy is where people be like, oh, it's difficult. The pharmacy is a very, very jealous course. You can't attach it to something else. So if you're going to do that, a part of you, that part, if you even try to combine with some other things, like people that are entrepreneurs, people that have like content creators or whatever, the other part of it is either going to dwindle or the pharmacy part is going to dwindle. So you have to make your priorities, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't really been consistent here. But moving forward, it's going to be like back to back, adding all the creativities, all the content I would love to put out there. It's going to be, as I'm going to be all up in your face. Okay, so that's that about school, and by the grace of God, come August, September, I should be inducted to the pharmacy profession. So by the way, I have been able to achieve my bachelor in pharmacy since the 5 years program, and I got that last year in my final year. So right now I'm pursuing the doctor of pharmacy program, so it's going to be like a dual certification. The second thing I'm going to talk about today is my newfound journey with God. I have actually been very, very opportune and lucky to experience God, and I'm still growing. I'm not where I would love to be, but I think I'm still growing in faith. I became born again about 3-4 years ago. I'm more closer to God now. I love Him so much. I pray every day. I try to build a relationship with Him, and it's more of a testimony. This video is going to turn out to be like a testimony preaching video, but it has actually been very rewarding. It is the best time of my life. I had issues with accepting myself the way I was growing up. I was always, I don't know, I don't think it's just me, but I think it's everybody. I was always, thinking I'm bigger. At the time when I was 17, I remember telling people, whoever asked me, how old are you? I'll be like, I'm 23. and I'm actually just turning 25 this year. So I used to deceive myself that I wasn't my age, okay, and as a result of that, that exposed me to being treated as an adult at a younger age. There was so much pressure that I put on myself, self-afflicted pressure, because I don't even want to believe that it's someone else. Because when you tell someone you're 25, there's a level of understanding the person expects you to have, and you actually do not, and they will not cut you some slack. They'll probably feel like, oh, okay, why is this 25-year-old girl acting this stupid? And I'll now try to meet up to try to act, you know, all grown up. That was actually killing my nervous system. That was actually killing my mental health. So that took me to a point where I crashed. I played around with it. I was feeling, oh, big girl, okay, this, that, you know, trying to be acting all comported and all of that, instead of actually living my life, living my young life, making mistakes. I was always thinking I have to be perfect, and I still have that problem today, which I'm still like struggling to let it go. I was always trying to be this perfect, well-organized girl, from character to composure. However, it's a good thing, but I was too young to venture into that kind of lifestyle at the time. So what happened was that I crashed and I was diagnosed of anxiety. With all the incidents that happened in my life, starting from my repeating, that was one of the major hits that I had at the time, to the most toxic and terrible relationship you can ever think of. Topic for another year, because I don't even think I'm going to talk about it. It's not important. That's my past. But the two together, almost about the time frame, was a very big hit for me. And coupled with all other stuff that I can't really remember, I had a very major breakdown, and it was very terrible. My mom, everybody was scared. I'm just lucky they were all in the medical field, so it wasn't really like outrageous or anything like that, but I know they were very worried for me. So I had to take 5-10 steps back and ask myself, what am I doing in life? Like, I had to chill, I had to learn my lessons. And from all the things I was searching for all the things I was trying to attach my, you know, validation to, it all took me back to God. Nobody preached to me. Maybe I was always listening. I was always going to church, obviously. Nobody actually sat back to say, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. It was, I bless the Holy Spirit for helping me that period of my life. So I was reconfigured to understand that the only way, the only true peace, the only true happiness I can ever get, the only true validation I can ever get is with Christ. I remember when people used to say this, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that's a preacher, that's a man of God there. But I never would ever think that I would be that person. And I'm saying with all pride, and I'm not mincing words, Jesus is the only way. Don't even bother. Trust me, I tried everything apart from hard drugs. I'm very lucky I did not venture to that. I ventured into so many things that I felt like, oh, that's going to give me the joy, the happiness, and the satisfaction I will need in life. But that was the devil putting me around and tying her, like, okay, dude, I got you, go on, go on. It was until I found Jesus that I realized that peace in this world. There is a difference between peace, joy, and joy, peace and peace. So that is how my life has been, and from there I began to, you know, I became more curious to know him, and I've been trying my best. Also, sorry guys, my battery is about to go off, so I was actually notified, and I think I'll switch to my camera, to my phone soon. So because I don't want to rush this video, I want to say it the way it is. So that's how my spirituality has been, and I'm still on the journey. I'm not where I think I want to be, where I should be, but we are still on the process. So I'll really urge you, if you're watching this video, to try it out. So the next topic, which is dating, relationships, romantic relationships, or better put, dating. Yeah, I made mention about the toxic relationship that I was in earlier in my life, earlier in my like 100 level, 200 level days, 300 level days. I've had my own fair share of toxic. Because of the story, from what I'm seeing, the older you grow up, I think that's what age does to you, to make you understand that look, it's not just you. By the time when you experience some of the things you experience in life, you'll be like, God, why me? Why must it always be me? At the time, you feel like it's just you, the whole world is on you. You feel, my dear, whatever it is you're going through today, just know that it's not just you. You're not the only person being afflicted. And if you want to even feel more special, understand that there's a divine grace upon your life, and that is why the devil is attacking the way he is. So you should not relent. Pray more. We're not talking to mommy Gio right now. I don't want to dwell on the toxic relationship. I just want to give a timeline. There was a phase in my life that I told myself, is it not dating? I will date. Well, to be more clear, it's not exclusive relationship. It was more of going out. But anyways, that's all the experience that makes me who I am. The outcome of the date was very terrible. It was more of, I started seeing the pattern, like it was more of, okay, after eating, let's hang out, let's see more. And that see more was not supposed to be like a second date, an official one, but more of, okay, let's get down. Okay, we've gotten to see ourselves, let's get down. That is when it dawned on me, like, look, you are on the wrong track. You are on the wrong track, baby girl. And I came back and I told myself, there's no shortcut to letting yourself heal. The only cut is the long cut. You have to go through it. And I refocused my attention, and I was just living my life. I became more happy. I was not the complaining old jack anymore. Always telling God, please, I know that relationship is not all that makes a girl, it's not all that makes you in life, but I desire to be loved, and it shouldn't be ashamed to be, because that's how God created you to be. I desire to have a companion, a friendship with somebody that will lead to marriage, because I don't know about the woke nation, no, sorry, I needed to build a relationship, build trust. So I started praying. Then I was like, God, I don't really understand the setup and how I ended up where I ended up. Oh, please, just take charge of my life. Lead me to where you want me to be. As in, I surrendered myself, and I still made stupid people. I still made wrong decisions, but I'm happy. So that's what I can talk about relationship. And the next topic I would love to talk about right now is friendship. It's another broad topic that I don't think I'm entirely ready to talk about it, but in summary, I don't really think I've been the most luckiest in friendship, in sisterhood. Now, don't get it wrong, I'm a very friendly person. I can be close to people, but when I'm talking about friendship, I feel like that deep, tight circle, that tribe that is like, oh, your sister, I call it sisterhood. I haven't really been lucky, if I should put it that way, to have those kind of people in my life. I see people have this clique, 10 years, 8 years relationship, and they're still going and healthy. Actually, I admire, but I know it takes a lot of work, and I'm determined to understand that we all make mistakes, we are flawed, and the purpose of friendship and sister is to stand by each other and correct. That's not to say that you should take someone's bullshit, but I have not really been lucky there. That's just it. And number two, aside pointing fingers, I also had to understand that I'm not giving. I have social anxiety. I had to learn how not to be a shadow of myself. Some people might see me one moment, I'm all chilled. That's me by default. I don't know, especially when I'm outside. I can be all potpourri indoors, but once I'm outside, I'm like a shadow of myself. However, the atmosphere can actually affect my input and output, but that actually has affected my ability to build relationships. So before you get to me, like my real me, Udrak, my inner circle, my space, you must have proven to me that you are trustworthy to a certain level. Now, I'm not the right judge, because I have actually had people that betrayed me, that faked it until you're not going to see their real nature. You get? I always like to consider it a privilege to get to know, because I don't open up to any other person. So I now thought to myself, maybe because I'm not giving in and I'm not expecting people, that's really unfair. So I took my time off friendship for now. However, I have people that I can call and we hang out, but the entire closeness is not there. And I'm not in any way trying to sound rude or condescending. It is me. I take the blame. So sometimes I have people, amazing people, nice people that want to, like, you know, when you're building relationship, oh Dwakafa, let's hang out, let's go here, and I'm all busy at first, I'm all over the place and I'm pushy. When you want to know more, I retrieve. Maybe because of the trauma that I've had in the past, I want to believe so, and coupled with the whole social anxiety, I tend to retrieve a lot from people. I'm always to myself and I'm very sufficient, trust me. Like, if you come to my space, I don't need your help, I don't need you, really. But I know that nobody was created to be alone, and I do desire to have a trustworthy sister aside my blood sister, to have like a friend, as a friend. But until then, no pressure. I feel like I'm still praying towards it. God is going to actually help me to be a good friend to a good friend. But I think I even have more of male friends, not bestie, but male friends than female friends. I think that girls, we have a lot of issues, especially people that are quite not entirely mature. They can actually be very rude. And when you're trying to build yourself, better yourself, be a better citizen to your country, be a better individual, be your spirituality, and are stuck behind being a mean girl, and that is going to drain your spirit. So I told myself I'm not going to force it, I'm not going to do the fake relationship, because the level of fakeness that people exude these days is alarming, and I don't know how to pretend. If I love you, I love you. I don't even fake it. Like, you're going to feel it. And some very immature people see that as you being a weak girl, and for some weird reason, I don't know why that is normalized. I've had my own good fair share of relationships with girls that have actually helped me, loved me, and, you know, pushed me. Shout out to some of them. I don't want to mention names. I had some that were very parasitic and, you know, very parasitic, that's just the word, and very corny. Once you were not able to get what they want from you again, you were like past tense. And I've been disrespected, I've been loved, I've been insulted, I've been betrayed, and I just had to take a break, and that's just all I have to say. Yeah. So the last thing on my journal right now is future plans. Why do I even think it's necessary to share my future plans? We'll see. First of all, I'll have to do my 1-year internship in a medical hospital, parastatal. And after that, I do not know where the future will take me to, but I believe, and I strongly believe, I would love to practice, and most importantly, take my YouTube more seriously. I intend to explore the world, to get to know more, but I haven't really traveled to much countries. I think I've been to just a few African countries. I haven't actually left Africa and everything. So I intend to be more of a traveler, Dora the Explorer. So I'm going to travel a lot by the grace of God, experience new culture, the diversities, and appreciate it. So thank you guys, that has brought us to the end of the video. I really hope that you've gotten to know have a little insight about my basic insight on who Udo actually is. And I would love to summarize to say that I believe that I'm a loving, sweet, amazing person. I have the fear of God. If you get to know me, and I'm very, very loving. I'm quite sensitive. I can be dramatic sometimes, but it's still on check. It's not the crazy wild one. And I'm a work in progress. I'm not where I am supposed to be. I still have a couple of flaws here and there. I think that's what makes life beautiful. But however, I'm still working on improving myself and developing myself, and that's all. And I think you should do too. As a girl, you're not limited to just relationship. You're not limited to wherever you think you are, just being a woman and being, getting married and giving birth and being a mother. That's a beautiful achievement, by the way. I'm not downgrading that, but I feel like we should explore and develop ourselves more. We should believe that you don't have essentially need to be a mean person to make an impact. You can be kind and loving and still create impact. You should set your boundaries. I'm not saying you should just be open and anybody can ride on you. I really believe that girls should sit up to be more, you know, kind, loving. You don't need to be rude, or you don't need to be mean to be the it girl. You can be the loving, you can love Jesus and still be the it girl. Don't let the world deceive you. Don't let the pressure, your peer pressure, make you derail. Stand on some of your principles, and trust me, when you look back, you understand that you're actually setting standards for them. Just trying to summarize, to empower girls, even guys out there, to think more, you know, build your relationship with God, think on what to do to develop yourself and bring impact to the world. So that brought us to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for staying with me to the end. Please, if you have not subscribed, just check below. You see a subscribe button, just click on it, please and please. I really appreciate if you do so. And most importantly, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and don't forget also to comment. Thank you as you do so, and see you in my next video. Bye.